Hi, welcome to my live broadcast. Welcome. So, how have we all been doing? So, this broadcast is coming live to you. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the Kickstart Fat Loss Plan, and I'm going to talk a little bit about myself. My name's Esther, and I've been in the fitness industry for over 20 years. I've helped loads of people do diet, exercise, weight management. I was a Weight Watchers leader. I ran a Rosemary Connolly, diet and fitness franchise for 8 years, and I've learned so much about dieting, and everything's really changed. We're not in the 70s anymore, we're in the year 2015, and things have changed. And I'm sure you've seen in the news about sugar's the thing that makes you fat. Well, that's absolutely true. So I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the Kickstart Fat Loss Plan, and I've got some books here. We do a 28-day detox plan, and that's what I normally start my ladies on. We've also got clean eating meal planners. We've got a couple of cookbooks. Sorry, I keep looking down. We've got a vegetarian cookbook, and we've also got a curry cookbook. We've got an elimination plan. We've got sweet treats, and I've had some wonderful successes with my ladies. I've had people who've said they can't diet, who have lost amazing amounts of weight. I've got Vicky, who's been with me, she was with me for about 10 years, but on the Kickstart Fat Loss Plan, lost nearly 4 stone in 6 months. I've got another lady, Katrina, who has lost 4 stone 2 pounds since November the 5th. Lots and lots of successes. So, if you haven't already done so, log on to my Kickstart Fat Loss page and find out a bit more, and give me some questions that you're interested in. So, first question is, people say to me, what am I going to eat on the plan? Well, when you start the plan, you get this 28-day detox, which sounds really awful, the word detox, but honestly, it's not awful. And in here, you've got a shopping list, and it talks all about clean eating, where you are, and where we're going, and what the purpose of detox is. So I'll just read a little bit about why we detox and the reasoning behind it. So it's to break down the body's addiction to sugar. It detoxifies the body's cells and helps burn fat more effectively. So it's really getting your body in a fantastic state to lose weight. It regulates your blood sugar levels, and it stops you craving throughout the day. It helps you to regulate your sugar, like I've just said. It makes you enjoy cooking from scratch, which sounds really hard, but cooking from scratch isn't really a hard thing. It stops you grazing throughout the day, so that stops you from cheating and it makes you understand the importance of vegetables in the fight against fat. It gives you unlimited energy, and it helps you to lose fat and inches. And that's why we say take your pictures, because pictures never lie. Scales, we can jump on the scales, we'll put on a pound, and that's it. Oh, I'm not doing this diet, it doesn't work. We really need to focus on inch loss and how we look and how we feel. So it talks about preparation in here, and we have a shopping list. And on the shopping list, we have lots of different foods that you can just combine and make some lovely recipes. So we've got lots of proteins, all your different chicken, your fish, etc., and your carbohydrates. We're talking about the good carbohydrates there. So we're talking about all your green vegetables, your kale. There's a whole list. There's about 30 different carbohydrates we can have. And we talk about cooking with coconut oil and the importance of coconut oil, and I'll go on to that bit in a moment. And then we're talking about the good nuts that we can have that fill us up, and we talk about having extra carbs on days that we've done some exercise. So extra carb on carb days would be brown rice, sweet potato, fruit, quinoa, that type of thing, and drink plenty of water, herbal teas as well, and to ditch the tea and coffee. And that's when people normally turn off. But it's not forever. It's not forever. So it's really to get your body in a clean state. So coconut oil, why is it the key? One type of fat that you need to be using when you're on the Kickstart Fat Loss Plan is coconut oil. Many people avoid coconut oil at all costs because they see that it's high in saturated fat, and they think they should be opting for something else, something that contains unsaturated fats or monosaturated fats. Coconut oil contains a type of fat that is handled differently in the body than most saturated fats, and actually is a very good type of fat to consume. So it's a really, really good fat. So you really need to join my Kickstart Fat Loss Plan to find out a little bit more about coconut oil. I'm not giving away all the secrets here. So we do some goal setting. We give you some meal ideas. We give you meal planners. We hold your hand the whole way through. Quick breakfast ideas. And if you logged on this morning, you'd see me making quinoa porridge in a matter of minutes. And that's a great alternative to eggs in the morning. Because I get a lot of people say to me, oh, what can I eat? What can I eat? What can I eat? really there's so much to eat, and it actually makes you think a little bit out of the box. We talk about food and moods as well. And I'm going to go through some of the questions that come up all the time. Why do I have to moderate my fruit intake? Fruit contains sugar, and although it is natural sugar, it does produce a certain blood sugar response. Stick to berries post-workout only when you are advised to, then we add in other fruits. So it's to avoid that spiking that you get when you eat sugary type foods. Of course, fruit, the sugar from fruit is so much better than refined sugars, but it still has that bit of a response. So that's why we limit fruit in the diet. Will I have to make separate meals for my family? And this is a big one. People always say, oh God, I'm too busy, blah, blah, blah. Now, we really hope your family will get behind you and support you all the way. Get together, involve them, and get them interested in clean eating. And that's absolutely true. I got my husband involved, and he's now 3 stone lighter, healthier. And in April, he actually had really bad pneumonia, got really, really ill. And he's got so much fitter since eating clean. And the consultant basically said to him that he actually survived because he was fitter and he was eating a healthier diet. So that's a really, really good thing. So another question. I haven't got time to cook. I'm not a great cook anyway. Don't worry, all the meals and the recipe ideas can be made in a matter of minutes. You don't have to be a chef to enjoy cooking from scratch. Just use quality ingredients, get a slow cooker, and you've always got something ready. You really have. So in the winter times when it's cold, get that slow cooker. You will always have something ready. And plan. Plan is the key, really it is. Which cooking method can I use? We recommend steaming, stir-frying, oven baking, grilling, and slow cooking. They're all great. And it does make you really think about the types of food you're eating. What happens when I go back to eating normally? That's a big one. I get asked that question so many times. We would advise you continue following the plan, using a cheat meal now and again, or a treat meal method, and then slowly return to your old habits. But that's when the key happens. When you start thinking, well, I'll add this in, you actually start to feel bloated when you add in bread, or you might find that actually I can't eat that big plate of rice anymore, I only want a little bit of it. You naturally change the way you're doing things. Since I've been doing the Kickstart Fat Loss Plan, I've lost inches, I feel great, I feel so much younger than I did 20 years ago. I've learnt so much about food, and also I don't drink tea and coffee anymore because I found that that was like, it's like a drug that you're taking all the time. So I'm on herbal teas, and I actually find that milk irritates me. I begin to sound a bit like a health freak, but honestly, I found by changing and then starting to add things back, that's when you realise what affects you and what doesn't. Isn't it dangerous to eat more than 3 eggs per week? Will it increase, excuse me, tongue-tied, increase my cholesterol? No, it isn't dangerous. There are 2 types of cholesterol, good and bad, as HDL and LDL respectively. Eggs contain good cholesterol and are fine to be included in your regular diet. So really don't worry about eggs, and I've got an article somewhere on eggs are excellent and all the benefits of eggs. So really, give it a go. You won't be sorry that you did. Next question. Why can't I eat things that are free? Start again. Why can't I eat things that are from a gluten-free range, like bread, cookies, etc.? That's a big question. I get that a lot. Most of the products you find in the free from aisles at supermarkets will tell you they're free from gluten, wheat, dairy, etc. But what they don't advertise is the fact that they contain sugar, more often than not, numbers and preservatives. So really start to become a label detective. Really look at all those labels. You may not realise many of the staple healthy foods contain hidden sugars. When you start doing this, you start looking at things and you think, my goodness, how much sugar is in that? And it's sugar that's the enemy. Just a few more questions. Where will we get our energy from if we cut our carbs? Because we've always been led to believe that carbs is the first form of energy and we need carbs, and I even as a Weight Watchers lead used to tell people you've got to have half a plate of carbs because that's what you need. This is a complete and utter myth. As you are not cutting carbs, you're limiting the carbs. You're having the good carbs, the starchy carbs. By eating loads of good carbs such as green vegetables, carbohydrates are not limited to bread, pasta, potatoes, etc. They are found in all fruits and vegetables. So you're having carbs, but you're having the right carbs, and you're ditching the rubbish carbs, the ones that our body just can't really process properly. Doesn't bread help regulate your bowel movements. Now, I've had that asked many times. We talk a lot about poos and things like that. No, in fact, it can do the exact opposite. Modern wheat is very heavily processed and can aggravate the gut wall. It's so heavily processed that it can almost be impossible to digest. As an example, how do you make glue as a kid? Water and flour. How do you make bread? Well, there's your answer. Isn't wholemeal or rye bread, granary bread, etc. good for you? These products will also contain gluten and are very carb heavy and stress the digestive system. So don't think you can ever have a piece of bread again. We talk about cheat meals when you've been doing it a while, but firstly we need to detox the body, get your body in a fantastic state to lose weight, and then we slowly add things in and then see how your body reacts to it. And once you start to lose weight and you feel so much better, you don't want to go back to eating rubbish anymore. You want to be healthy and eat healthy food. Isn't drinking too much water dangerous? Well, I've heard that one before. Here's our recommendations. We recommend you drink 3 litres of water per day to help eliminate the excess toxins in your body, hydrate your cells so that they work as efficiently as possible, and this will aid to muscle recovery, and it also helps with weight loss. Can I flavour water with cordial? I get this asked so much as well. No, cordials contain sugar. Substitutes like aspartame, intense sweeteners, they are all added to, even the low sugar, low this, low that, they're all added. So plain water is what we want. You will get used to it, I promise. Food labels, if you started reading up about the false sugars, you won't really want to put them in your system. They're a poison to our body. Isn't red wine good for you? Well, that's one that we'd all like to believe, isn't it? No, it contains sugar, resulting in your blood sugar response. And how many times have you made poor food choices when we've had a little bit of alcohol? When you drink, alcohol stops your liver from metabolizing fat, and it also is breaking down the toxins, because your liver sees alcohol as a toxin, so it's breaking that down rather than helping break down the fat. Just a couple more questions and we're there. I'm in a party in 2 weeks' time. What is the best alcoholic drink to have? Well, good it's in 2 weeks' time, because that's the time to maybe add in a cheat. Unfortunately, there isn't really a good alcoholic drink. All alcohol has the same effect. If you want results, then you have to make those changes. But what I say with my ladies, after 2 weeks, you've done really well, see how you go, maybe have one cheat meal, but be careful, be aware that when you add in the cheat meals, it really affects you. So I had one lady who hadn't had alcohol for 3 weeks, went to a wedding, had one little glass of wine, and she could down a bottle of wine with no effects before, and I think she knows who she is anyway, I won't go down that road. And she says she was away with the fairies with just a little glass of wine, and she actually added some like sparkling water to it. So beware, once you detox, your body becomes more sensitive to things that you used to eat and drink all the time. And a prime example of me, when I first did it, I cut out all sugar and all the different things, and then I think I ate one of those muffin fairy cake things, which I love, and I actually started to feel sick and dizzy just from eating a little cake. So beware. Okay, what can I use as stock? When you use juice from cooking meat, fresh dry herbs, try to pour it into cubes and freeze them. That's great for future use. So really just natural stock is what we need. And the last question of all, and this is a big one we get all the time, can I have decaf coffee? No, 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 ditch the coffee. No, in order to remove caffeine, the coffee beans must go through the process which involves chemicals. In addition, it also has been highly processed, and lots of these coffee beans have been sitting around in not very good conditions in places like Ethiopia and that. So really, do we want the best for our body or not? I know it's hard to ditch the coffee and you'll get severe headaches, you feel like you've got the flu, I understand all that. So if you're a big coffee drinker, I normally say go one step at a time. The elimination book, which I've actually sold out of, it's not amongst this, is the one that starts eliminating bit by bit. So if you're a 10 coffee drinker a day, cut it back, yeah? Or maybe don't have so many, or maybe just have 1 cup a day. Some of my successful slimmers didn't cut out the coffee, they just couldn't. I'd advise you to do it, but if it's too much and it's going to mean you don't do the diet at all, then it's probably best that you then just cut back and gradually do 1 step at a time. it's baby steps that we need to take. I spoke to one of my ladies that says, right, I'm starting with the exercise. That's all I can cope with at the moment. The food's coming next. That's absolutely fine. Let's do one step at a time. You're either an all or nothing person. I'm an all person. Give me the plan, I'll do it. That's how I do it. Some people, it's just all too much for them, and they want to just do one step at a time. So it might be just cutting back on coffee, cutting out coffee, adding in more exercise, cutting out bread. You know your stumbling blocks. So come on, what are you waiting for? I'm starting very shortly a new 5-day, absolutely free belly buster plan. If you're interested, inbox me and I'll send you the details. It's all over my social media, so click on the links and sign up today. So it's been great speaking to you. Have a great day, and I look forward to working with you either on or offline, and thank you for joining my live broadcast. Bye, have a great day. Bye.